Welcome to Alpha Insights. I'm Marcus. Today we've got a neat one on consolidation and waste and a little state-level recycling boost. With me is Kate, a fixed income specialist who knows the ins and outs of infrastructure and service businesses. Kate, great to have you.
Thanks, Marcus. Glad to be here. This is a surprisingly interesting corner of the market right now.
Okay, let's start with the big headline. There was a deal that closed overnight creating a new platform called EcoWaste. Walk us through what actually happened and who is behind it.
Sure. Two regional operators, Cards Recycling and Live Oak Environmental, have been combined into a single company called EcoWaste. The transaction was led by Kinderhook and backed by partners Goldman Sachs Alternatives and Apollo S3. The deal value is about $1 billion. So it's a private equity-funded roll-up that brings together collection, transfer, and recycling operations under one roof.
Roll-up. That's a term we hear a lot. Why do private buyers like to do that in waste and recycling?
The sector is very fragmented. There are lots of small local operators. By folding them into one platform, private owners can standardize processes, negotiate better contracts, consolidate back-office functions, and optimize routes and facility usage. All of that can improve margins. In plain terms, doing the same work across more trucks and facilities usually reduces cost per ton processed.
So consolidation can boost profitability. Any downsides investors should watch for?
Integration risk is the big one. Merging systems, safety programs, and local customer relationships takes time. You also have to watch for regulatory hurdles or local opposition if facilities get rationalized, and sometimes smaller operators aren't eager sellers, so getting the economics right matters. Finally, if the plan relies heavily on cutting costs, there's a limit to how far that can go before service quality suffers.
Good points. Now flip to the public side. Indiana awarded $500,000 in recycling grants. That sounds small compared to a $1 billion deal. Is it meaningful?
Yes, it's modest in absolute dollars, but important as a policy signal. The grants from Indiana's Community Recycling Grant Program are aimed at counties, municipalities, schools, universities, nonprofits, and solid waste districts. That seed funding supports pilot projects, local collection improvements, and education. Over time, these projects can increase the volume of recyclable material and build demand for recycling services.
So private capital is building supply and scale, and public funding is nudging demand and infrastructure. How should investors connect the dots?
Think of it as two levers moving together. Private equity platforms like EcoWaste drive supply-side efficiency and capacity. State grants and similar programs encourage municipalities and institutions to divert more material from landfills into recycling streams. If both continue, you could see steadier volumes flowing into recycling facilities, which helps utilization and margins for larger operators.
Which companies should investors watch for market signals or reactions?
On the public side, big names to keep an eye on are Waste Management and Republic Services. Investors often look to them as barometers for sector activity. Watch their comments on competitive dynamics and whether they pursue similar roll-ups or stick with organic growth.
If I'm an investor today, what practical moves or checks should I make in my portfolio?
First, identify whether your exposure is to companies that can scale quickly and diversify revenue, or to smaller operators that might be pressured to sell. Second, assess integration risk and execution capability where consolidation is happening. Third, consider the time horizon. These trends are structural and play out over years, not weeks. And finally, favor businesses with flexible logistics and mixed revenue streams, collection, processing, contracts with municipalities and commercial clients, because that tends to be more resilient.
Anything specific you'd watch in the coming months for signs this deal and these grants are moving the needle?
Yes. For EcoWaste, track integration milestones, announced cost synergies, facility consolidations, or management targets. That will tell you how fast they expect to convert scale into margin. For the Indiana grants, watch which communities win awards and what projects they fund. Expanded curbside programs, material recovery upgrades, educational campaigns, those indicate where volume growth could come from. Also monitor other states for similar programs. If they copy Indiana, that amplifies the effect.
Great. Before we wrap, give our listeners 2 or 3 quick takeaways they can remember.
Sure. 1. The formation of EcoWaste at about $1 billion shows private equity is actively consolidating the fragmented waste and recycling sector to chase scale and margin improvement. 2. Indiana's $500,000 grant program is small, but a meaningful policy signal that public funding will continue to support recycling projects and boost demand over time. 3. As an investor, favor companies that can scale and diversify, watch integration execution closely, and think long term. These are structural trends, not overnight trades.
Thanks, Kate. That makes it a lot clearer. And thanks everyone for listening to Alpha Insights. We'll keep tracking how this plays out.